everybody. Welcome to the Fair-Haired Trilogy. I'm Callie.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Lindsay.
And this is our review on Emerald's Fracture by Kate Kennelly.
This is the back of the book. Her worst nightmare, his dark past. Can they save their people? A deadly epidemic devastates White Strand City. Healer Natalie Desmond must unravel the disease's secret before it spreads. Lives are on the line. Among them, her family. In the wake of an injury, healer Jules Ravenwood can't use healing magic. Reluctantly, he works with a former student, Natalie, to try and regain his abilities. It's a tough pill to swallow for someone once so gifted in his profession. Ordered to fight the epidemic as a team, Natalie and Jules must make their partnership work or face disastrous consequences. Will Natalie and Jules save everyone in time? Dive into this young adult fantasy romance series now.
So what did you guys think?
I liked it.
I did too.
One of the things that I noticed first about it was the romance was very slow going.
Realistic?
Like realistic, like it progressed. Like they obviously like first met and like had a connection. And that was good, but it still took a while to really heat up, and I really liked that.
Yeah, because she had a crush on him.
Yeah.
That was one of the things I actually wrote down, that I love the teacher-student thing. I don't know why, I just really love that. But even then, it was realistic, because like you can't just say like, oh yeah, I've been in love with you, kiss me. Like she was like,
right.
How does he feel about me? And
He was kind of a jerk. Like he wasn't exactly what she thought once he became a peer, which I think is very realistic.
Well, and then
too.
he suffered that injury. He was all messed up.
Yeah, that was wild. I really, really liked that. And I love epidemics. In undergrad, I concentrated a lot on the Black Plague, which I love medieval literature. So that kind of all went into it, all like has to do with each other. So I thought that it was really good. She talked about really interesting like aspects of it, like from like the healer side.
Yeah, that concept of being a healer, like being able to see inside someone else and see, you know, what the issue is, what their, you know, illness is or injury. That was.
I thought it was really cool that they had to activate.
Yes.
Like the power.
I thought that was really cool too. And I liked that, you know, like they did still, even though they had the magic, like they still had to go to school. Like they still, like it was still an accomplished thing. It was kind of weird that like none of the families like were really accepting of healers though. Like her family was okay because they were cool. Yeah. But then like Jules's family, like they were like no, and then like the princess who ended up being the mage. Yeah. Like she was like, my family doesn't know I'm a healer. I'm like, what? What's happening? Like, you're saving people's lives. Is it like being in the like a monastery?
I thought it was like just being more lowly, like not. It's like an important job, obviously, like being a doctor. You know, you're helping people, but just not very prestigious, like high class. Yeah, it's like
I think
just kind of
That's what I think. I thought maybe it was called an abbey too, but. I was thinking like a monastery where it's like you're doing the Lord's work and stuff, but people are like, oh, you're giving up your entire life to like, you know, like do something that is not like as popular, you know. And I thought that was really cool that they kind of were like, but I'm still gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, like you give your whole life to it.
Yeah, they're like dedicated to it.
And people can't always understand that, you know.
Yeah. Did it mention in here if there were any other kind of magic powers?
They said that each island you could be attuned to. They said it at one point in passing, but one of the islands was like performers.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, like they have different characteristics, like each island. Yeah.
One island was like architects and builders. One island was spies and warriors.
Cool.
Israel, I guess, is the healers.
Is that the same thing as having like different power though, or is it all still the same power that makes you a healer, but it's just these islands have different like personalities?
So she mentioned that you could be a healer in another island, but you wouldn't be connected to the ley line. I don't know what that means.
Well, maybe we'll learn more.
I made a note
to a different isle.
I made a note in here. I've been doing this with all the books now, and I really like it. I said someone will be attuned to all 4 isles.
I was just about to say, is there somebody that's attuned to all 4 isles?
Like, where's the special person who's gonna like?
Well, is it the mage?
Is it the mage? Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Or is she only healer mage?
Because it was like mages are born, not created, and they were like, oh well, he's trying to create them, right?
Maybe maybe
and that's
it taps into the ley line, and then it creates like a power, and then the king and queen wanted it to happen, so then they could be conquerors,
right?
Because then they would have the mage. So I guess the mage is more than a healer, like an ultimate healer. They would have to have like a ton of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume, or at least that blood that they needed, because remember they took Jules because he was a descendant from them, and that's why they that his hand or whatever.
So I wonder if he's related to.
That's what I thought.
The princess.
Maybe.
That would be cool.
Makes me want to read the next one.
I wanted to
So
go into
excited.
detail about the palace a little bit more, but that's okay. It wasn't the time. Everybody
Yeah.
was dying of the plague. But.
Yeah. I thought they were going to be zombies. I thought someone's going to come up and there's going to be some type of like,
That's
yeah.
I've been hanging out with me too much. So I was like, when I'm not here.
I don't know. I just kind of, I thought it would have been,
That
it
would
would
have
have
been
fit.
cool.
You know? Like, you know how like they always talk about raising the stakes in books?
Mm-hmm.
And, like you bring one thing, you kind of solve it. Oh, raise a stake, raise a stake. I thought, oh my gosh, this plague is gonna mutate, and now we're gonna have like a war type thing.
I like that it was like traditional plague. The rats.
Yeah.
Then it got carried from town to town. I also read, I took a plague literature class, and that's how almost all of them did. And
It's
in
rats?
one book, yeah, it was like the rats hid in fabric that a lady ordered from London, so it like traveled.
No.
And this guy makes a dress, and then everybody wears the dress, and then everybody gets sick.
No.
It was crazy.
I don't like that.
I don't either.
You took a plague literature class?
Mhm. It was
That
awesome.
sounds amazing.
It was really cool. It started from books that were based in like, obviously not this time period because it's fake, but a long time ago, medieval, and then progressed to like modern, contemporary
Wow.
literature.
Well, that
It
shows
was
you
really
how
good.
common it is in that type of
Yeah.
literature.
It
Yeah.
was so.
It's so
It
cool.
was such a great class.
It's like a common problem to write about.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
especially if the healer is your main character.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was genius, really.
Yeah.
She's a great writer.
It really is.
Like it flowed really well, you know. But it wasn't so fast paced that you're kind of like on the edge of your seat the whole time.
Right. I thought that the characters were really unique.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of like quirkiness and goofing around that she captured,
Yeah.
and I like that. And then the dog, like
Yeah.
because we follow Kate Kennelly on Instagram. She
Mhm.
has dogs.
Wonder if one of her dogs' name is Jake.
I wonder.
I'll have to look later.
I was telling Callie earlier, I was like, you know, I've seen on her Instagram about her struggle with chronic pain.
Mm.
And I was just wondering, like, what you guys thought, like, how that influenced the book and, like, her ideas.
I think that really did heavily influence it because chronic pain can be a lot of things. What I think of when I think of chronic pain is like fibromyalgia. I have self-diagnosed because like I don't go to doctors that I have fibromyalgia, and it would be really easy if somebody could just touch you and tell you what was wrong with you. Because chronic pain, like I assume you're in so much pain sometimes that,
Yeah.
but it's like an invisible pain. They call fibromyalgia the invisible disease.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would just be a lot easier if somebody with like magical hands could just lay and tell you where it was blocking and what was, you know, what was wrong, like just help me. And so I think that was really cool. Like maybe like she just wanted that. Like maybe that thought had crossed her mind and like she wrote a whole entire novel about it. It's very well written.
I noticed that she mentioned a lot, like when she was working and stuff, my back and my like she actually like in you know
Yeah.
Natalie felt I think more so than in other protagonists.
Yes,
You know what I
you're
mean?
right.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that makes
So maybe
sense.
she, you know in this chronic pain, even those mundane tasks, she feels it a little bit more.
Right.
I don't know.
That's really interesting. Like she was very human
Yes.
to have magical properties. You know, like she did get worn out. And,
Yeah, she
you know,
just, like,
she was
sees the
hungry.
sweat.
And, yeah.
I also think, you know, with chronic pain, like, it's not just like, oh, you're sick one week and, like, we care, like, how you're feeling, but it's like, when it's so extended, I think it's hard for people to realize, like, what a big struggle it is. So, like, the idea of someone being able to just lay hands on you and see into you and see kind of what you're struggling with was another
Yeah.
idea that maybe inspired that. Because, like, for chronic pain, like, it's constant. It doesn't ever end.
So people look over you a lot.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like, it's not like, oh, you have a cold this week, let me get
Or
you
you
a cup
broke your
of
leg
tea.
and I can see it.
Yeah, it's just kind of like it goes on and people kind of lose interest. It's like, oh,
that's
yeah.
really
So that's what I thought of, because it's just
Yeah.
kind of that idea of like, this is the power that I have to see into somebody else.
I thought it was really interesting, like how they handle when like people die. You know, they have to bring them in for reviews and stuff like that. It's really interesting because like they should be able to tell, but
Yeah.
like mind, like stuff with the brain, they're like, oh, it can happen to anybody because
Yeah.
it's still such like our brains are so
Mm-hmm.
mysterious still.
It makes me think of doctors with the M&M conferences that they have, because they have to do whenever
Yes.
patients die in the hospital.
Yes.
They have to go in front of like a council and like go through the entire case with all the other doctors and see what went wrong. I wonder if she has a medical background. I wonder anything, like if she's done anything in the medical field previously.
And she knows a lot about like home remedies.
Yeah, and like disease process and stuff. Or maybe it's just research for the book that she did, but I'd be curious to ask her.
Your books are so nice and neat.
It's because I read mine on Kindle. Because I wanted to take pictures next week with this, for Instagram. And so I was like, I'm just going to buy it on Kindle. Because it was on Kindle Unlimited.
Really?
For free, yeah. People should really like take advantage of Kindle Unlimited. But all in all, I really think that this is one of the better written like underground novels that I've ever read.
Indie.
Yeah, like, you know, and I really hope the best for this author too, because she seems really awesome and she has a very good writing style. I'm glad we got to read this.
Yeah.
My only thing is I wish that she explained a little bit more.
Yeah, like a little index, like I've said it before, like this is like multiple times.
But she does have that little map up there.
Yeah,
which is
I love
nice.
a map.
Like a character index? Like what
I didn't say index.
Or like like what like the megalith is, or like I wanted to know a little bit more about that. I wanted to know a little bit more about like the different aisles. I think, but the map really does help with that.
And also, it's gonna have 2 more too.
Right.
So hopefully, it'll probably go into more detail too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so good.
I just feel like there were only like 3 conversations around the fire with Anlo and Anli that were like talking about that, and I was like, give me more.
Right.
Which is a good thing, you know. Like I mean,
it makes you
I'm
want to read the second one.
Yeah.
Yes, and to be honest, like I kind of liked it because we know what these characters know. You know, like they might not know everything about the thing, the megalith, you know.
Yeah.
And so like, why would we?
Yeah.
And I really like that. Like she put us in the story. I thought it was cute that she got all the children to make like their rat traps. That was really genius. I thought, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Did you have any favorite characters? Do you have an overall favorite character?
I liked Anlo.
You did.
Yeah. I liked Anlo a lot. I thought that he was cool and he wasn't as scarred by war or like as untrusting as like everybody else.
Are they from Awful Stuff? Yeah, I really like Jules.
Me too. Jules,
I really like him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of angsty.
Yeah.
Y'all like angsty.
But I say that's exactly why I like him.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like that he's got a stub.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like like we're attracted to him and we love him, but he's like an imperfect character, you know?
Who would you get to cast? Like, what actor would you cast as Jules?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You know? Because in my mind I was like, okay, who would I pick? And I was like trying to think. Because in my mind, like I have a picture of like kind of what he would look like, but what if I pictured it wrong?
I would picture the actor from A Time Traveler's Life.
Like the guy?
Eric Bana?
Yeah.
I think he's a little old though to play
Jules is old. Is 7 years older than her.
Yeah.
I thought maybe Adam Driver, the guy that plays
that?
Kylo Ren.
I don't know that. I'm gonna look it up. You're right. He is too old.
It's a good look though. It's like the dark curly hair.
Yeah, we got all.
I think I get like the look.
There he is. That's
but
Jules to me.
It could be like him 20 years ago.
From the Time Traveler's Wife?
Yeah.
The guy that says, if you could change anything about today. That's not him. Y'all, I'm sorry. The guy is like...
Yeah, it's...
The guy that says, if you could change anything...
A Time Traveler's Wife with Amy McAdams.
Yeah, that's who I'm talking about.
That's it?
Oh no, I'm thinking of another movie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I was thinking
So who's your guy?
No. Amy McAdams. Who am I thinking of? Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams.
And that's who she marries. And he plays ping pong with his dad and like has to make all this stuff.
No! That's the same girl, but it's another time travel
That one's
movie.
called About Time. I love that movie. That's a good movie.
Oh, I was literally about to like panic.
No, because that guy looks totally different.
He's like Ginger.
What? That is not the same person.
That's not the same one, no.
This one.
Yes, About Time. Okay, no, I never watched that because the book was very hard to follow.
This is one of my all-time favorite top 10 movies.
Wow.
I own it. I watch it almost every year, at least twice a year.
Wow. I have
You
to
would
watch
hate it.
I'm
You
sure I
would
would.
hate it.
I'm sure I would because I loved About Time,
Yes.
but it was like terrible as far as like sadness. I just didn't like
About Time?
Yeah,
You thought it was sad?
I did.
Why?
Because he has to like let go of certain memories, you know.
Oh.
And it's
It
just,
is happy though.
I can't explain it because I can't explain time travel. It doesn't matter like what it is. It could be like laid out in front of me. I'm like, I have no idea how this works.
Who is your guy?
I don't know his name. Oh wait. Oh sorry. I
For
thought you
Jules.
I thought you meant the ginger from About Time.
Maybe
You gotta cut
Noah
that out because I
Centineo.
used ginger.
Who?
maybe Noah Centineo.
Noah Centineo. What?
He's
And
not
I-
old enough though.
Maybe in a couple years. Yours was too old, mine was too young.
Kate, when
Who? Noah
When-
Centineo. How do you spell that?
Centineo, C-E-N.
Oh, C. I put it in S.
he's cute.
Okay.
He would be
That's,
cute in a couple of years.
Peter from To All the Boys I Loved Before.
He's a baby.
He's a little too
You
young.
would have to give
But
him
he's
older,
got the
she
good.
said.
He's got the look though. Right?
Yeah.
Why is that not focusing?
Y'all are not gonna think that Adam Driver's cute, and I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. But I think he's very good looking.
Okay.
That's who I think would
See,
play Jules.
No, see, that's on low to me.
That's Amla?
Yeah, I don't know.
I was thinking Idris Elba for Amla. Because I
Ooh.
love Idris Elba.
Me too.
One of the most attractive men on this earth.
Yeah, I don't
Idris
know.
Elba.
I thought you meant Adam Driver.
No, he's attractive in like a...
He's unique.
Yes,
yeah.
and that's how I think of Jules.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We all had very different ideas
Isn't that funny?
for that. That was
That is
interesting.
very funny.
And that is why books are always better than the movies.
Yes.
That is why in Twilight, when they said Edward Cullen is the most attractive man, boy, right? Everyone was like thinking different things. They didn't have to.
This is the fourth time we mentioned Twilight on separate videos, and I just want to say that y'all put up such a stink about us rereading it just for fun and watching the first movie, and here we are talking about it for the time.
Everyone has read Twilight. Everyone can relate to that, right?
Right. But who would you have cast as...
Natalie?
No, as Edward. Kate, I'm sorry that we've now just sullied this with Twilight. But
Yeah.
like now, like if they remade Twilight now, who would you cast as Edward Cullen? Most attractive
not
person. Robert
Pattinson. Pattinson. Whatever the name is. I think Robert Pattinson
Mhm.
has better music than he does acting.
Mm-hmm. For sure. He was in Harry Potter. He played a really good Harry Potter character, but
Really?
he just hated that role of Edward Cullen. It'd be hard
Yes,
to
he
pick
did.
an Edward Cullen.
I saw him in an interview once. He was like, "Oh, the vampires sparkle like My Little Pony." He was like being totally sorry. Like he does not. Like he was ready to be done. He did not like being Edward Cullen.
That would hurt my feelings, you know.
If you were the author.
Yeah, like if like you know, you're playing my role and you like abhor it.
And she had like a hand in it in like the script
Did
writing and
she?
stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
she's in every movie too.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, then that last one when she was sitting in the wedding crowd. Twilight spoilers. But she's like a guest at their wedding. And I thought, what kind of insanity would it be like to be sitting in your characters that you wrote wedding in a blockbuster movie that you know is going to be huge.
Yeah.
And you're watching your
Surreal.
characters get married because you're a wedding guest? That's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Stephanie Meyer. She's good. I know that people probably make fun of her a lot now, but she's good. The Emerald Fracture was good too.
It was.
Back to the point.
Did you have any quotes?
What was that one thing she said? I'm not gonna be able to find
I had
it.
a quote.
But anyway.
Okay.
It's very early on in the book when headmistress Gayla says, "Will you be a professor?" Which, by the way, that scene, I was expecting college kids,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden they were like young kids, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what? So they go to the Abbey when they're like, what, 13 or something? That's funny. Anyway, she said, "If only trusting herself was as easy as just saying the words. Unfortunately, the dragon of self-doubt perched on her shoulders, its claws firmly dug in." I thought that was really relatable.
She hadn't been doing it very long. Like
Right.
that's why she was like, "Oh, like I don't know if I can teach it. Like I've only just started my career as a healer." I thought it was really sweet that she thought to give her that position and say, "No, like I think you can really do this."
It also felt like there's an epidemic. And,
Right.
like, you know what I mean? Like, someone got married, we literally don't have anybody else.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? There was, like, that urgency in it, which
Yeah.
was cool to the whole temperament of the book.
Yeah.
And then Jules comes back and is like, "Oh, I'm back now," and she's like, "What?"
I know, you're gonna
I
take
know.
my job.
Yeah.
And he didn't. And I thought that was cool that they
Yeah.
like let her stay
Yeah.
as the professor, you know?
I love when they were dreaming about, like, dyeing their hair and changing their name and just being small town healers. I'm like, please write a book about that.
Oh,
Like I
It'd be
think that
so
I know, like
nice.
maybe like the epilogue of like the last one.
Yeah.
She has to find him.
I know. That's what I was gonna say. But I'm also glad that he didn't like turn on her the last second and then like we're confused about if he was really being mean or not.
Yeah, because like we've already dealt with that before, right? For example.
I'm seeing some similarities.
I'm glad that Holly Black did that for Wicked King. That set the tone.
Yeah.
Like that was who Carden is.
Yeah.
But Jules, like I'm glad that we knew that I'm gonna walk into this meeting. It's gonna be different. She still got mad, like she didn't know, and then she was like, "Oh, okay, never mind."
Yeah, she
I'm gonna
immediately
find
was.
you.
And there's a plan. Like he kind of like there's a reason why he undermined her knowledge
So
he could be
used
saved.
him.
Yeah. I wonder what would have happened if she was like, "Yeah, I figured that out, and I did this and I did that." Elworth would have like killed her on the spot.
Maybe.
What did you guys think about Onley? She had like this kind of like wolfy claim.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Like, have they like been together?
I wonder.
I wondered that too. Yeah.
You all felt that same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she was very like.
How could you let him do that?
Yeah, like against. Yeah, Natalie, because she felt like,
Yeah.
she's getting close to Jules. But I don't know. I mean, they talked about like how she saved his life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
if there's someone who saved your life, you're gonna be like, "Hey, girl."
yeah.
And they're like in the woods camping.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like how
in the
Natalie
second one
stuck up for herself. And she was like,
Yes,
he's
I
a
did
grown
like-
man. I don't tell him to do anything.
Right. That was very good. I liked that Jules eventually set his pride aside and he was like, okay, he loved healing so much. Like he had a choice. Like he could either be stubborn and prideful and like not work with her, or he could do what he loved and he could make it work. And he did. And I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't see a lot of like male characters written like that, but I really appreciated that she did that.
Yeah. But there was still a struggle.
Yes.
And I like that.
Still a
It was
struggle.
very realistic.
Yeah, I liked that they kept like apologizing to each other. Like when they like realized that they had said something wrong, like they could be mature and be like, okay, like that was out of line. Like I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I think sometimes it's very common to write like such stubborn characters, and like they were still very like they stuck up for themselves, but they were able to humble themselves and apologize if they said something wrong. So that was really a refreshing character trait.
That one part where Jules had called on Lo and Onley, and she was like, you did that, you didn't tell me. I was like, I relate to that. Like, so, like, like when your boyfriend doesn't tell you something, you're like, you should have told me. Like, that was just, it was just, everything was just really real.
This was very relatable to be like a very heavily magic book.
Yeah. She's the sweetest woman, by the way. Everyone should go follow her.
Yes.
We'll put her Instagram handle right down here, and also thank you, Kate Kennelly, for a copy of
Thank you. We sought her out. I just want to point that out.
We asked her.
Yes,
But
because
she was kind enough to say yes, so.
that was really awesome.
Source, a sunstone, this is going to be bad with my list. Sunstone Secret.
Do you have a list, really?
I really do. Comes out a lot when I'm very tired or I'm talking too fast, because it's hard for me to like,
Last week my country accent was way heavier than it has been in videos. Last week because I was so tired.
Really? Interesting.
I've noticed, I've watched some of them back, and I'm like, wow, like Callie really does have more of a country accent than we do. And because like we've been here so long, we've been here like 11 years now, that I think that I have like a southern accent, but I'm like compared to people who've been here their whole lives, it's like, wow. But it's cute though. It's so.
I try to like tone it. I try to tone it down because sometimes it's hard to understand words. You know.
They all three: Sunstone Secret, and Obsidian's Legacy.
Ooh,
that rock.
pretty
Remember
nice.
that?
Yes.
I like that part actually. By the way.
That's how you know that he's like not. You know his intention. You know.
Yeah.
When he like glances down. And
What?
she's wearing it, isn't she?
I thought
I thought
it was a rock, and she put it between her breasts.
She does, but like he glances. He glances. It says he glanced at my chest and then back up to my eyes, so she knew that like he was acting. Yeah, that's how we know. And I was like,
love him.
I know, but I feel like Alma's gonna die, so Jules will bump up into my first.
You like all of the best right now?
Mhm.
Interesting.
He's just chill. He does what he has to do.
Yeah.
No drama, no romance, just
War.
war.
He's just literally trying to keep all the isles.
Yeah.
together.
Good guy. Thank you so much for watching our review on Emerald's Fracture. Be sure to subscribe to the Fair Hair Trilogy and click that little bell notification so you can get notified every time we post a new video. Follow us on Instagram, the Fair Hair Trilogy, and we cannot wait to review a book with you next week.
Glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.